Hi, welcome to our kitchen. Today I'm making a dessert, and in my book it has to be chocolate if it's going to be a dessert, and I'm going to waste my calories on dessert. Not waste, but enjoy dessert. It's going to be chocolate. My all-time favorite is chocolate mousse, and although it takes a few steps, I think you're going to enjoy the outcome so much you won't care. Men, if you make this for your wives, they will absolutely love you. Women, if you make it for your man, who cares if they like it, because you're gonna love it. So stick with me and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, we're ready to start. We have a pan that has about 1 inch of water in it, as you can see, and this is a double boiler method, and with chocolate you have to be really careful. You want to melt it kind of slowly, and if you don't, it'll kind of seize on you and get all gloppy, I guess you could say. To that I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of butter, and this will melt it nice and smoothly. It won't seize on you. It'll just be perfect for you. The method takes a little bit of time, so you'll want to stir it the entire time. And then we'll be back in just a second to show you how that looks when it's totally melted. Okay, you can see this looks perfect. We melted our 3 tablespoons of butter, and I don't think I mentioned how much chocolate. It's 6 ounces of a really nice dark chocolate. They make dark chocolate chips now, which is awesome, because I really like dark chocolate. But you can use semi-sweet. You can even use milk chocolate if you want, but I don't think I would go there because it's not quite as chocolatey. Okay, so you want to take it off of the heat as soon as it's this nice, beautiful consistency. And just set it aside just to let it cool for a little bit. And to this we're going to add 3 egg yolks. So I already have 2 of my egg yolks here. I just want to show you in case you don't know how to separate the yolk from the white. You just take your egg, bang it, make sure you're in the right bowl, and you just kind of let the lid come off and transfer that yolk back and forth between your little shell here. And then you just transfer the yolk there. You have your egg whites here, and we're actually going to use both of these for the recipe, so I'll show you what we do with those in just a minute. We have let this cool enough that when we add our egg yolk, it's not going to cook it. So I think we probably cool this about 2 minutes. And then I'm going to add 1 egg yolk at a time. Just beat it in. That was 1, 2. You want to make sure that it's cooled so that you don't cook your egg. That would not be pretty if we had scrambled mousse. And then here's our 3rd egg yolk. That one kind of busted on us, so I'll shake that in there. There we go. And then we have to get the other 2 components together, and I'll show you what we do with that. It's time to put the egg whites into play. So we have our 3 egg whites here, and we're just going to beat those for a little bit until they're just a real soft peak. Actually, we're going to do this until they're foamy, because we have to add cream of tartar here in just a minute. So we'll get this nice and foamy. Okay, you can see there's a nice foam there, so we're going to add 1/4 cup of cream of tartar, and now I'm going to beat it until it forms soft peaks. Beat this until it forms a soft peak, which if you do that and you see that they kind of flop over, that's a soft peak. So to the egg whites now we're going to add 1/4 cup of sugar and beat this until there are stiff peaks, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, I think we're about there. You can tell it kind of looks meringue-like, and if you lift up your beaters, you can see that the peak just is nice and firm. It doesn't flop over, so that is a stiff peak, which is what we're looking for. So our third step now is the whipped cream. So we have to beat the whipped cream. So I have to get my bowl out of the freezer because we want a really nice chilled bowl, and I'll show you how to make whipped cream, which is something everybody needs to know. So stick around. Take a cup of whipped cream, or heavy cream. We're gonna whip it. And this is a great chilled bowl that we had in the freezer. We're just gonna beat this until it gets thickened. We have been beating this for just a few minutes, and because the bowl is so nice and chilled, it's already getting thickened. So we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of sugar. And we're going to beat until there are nice stiff peaks here that have formed. We've doubled this. Half of it's gonna go into our mousse and half of it will be used on top. Tell how nice and thick it's getting. So we're waiting until it gets nice, stiff peaks. Before we get too far along, we also need to add some vanilla. So about a teaspoon of vanilla. Vanilla just adds a great flavor. We can up the speed here now. We're getting very close. Nice peaks. Nice stiff peaks. There we go. That's perfect. So get some of that off of there. All right. Now we're going to add the 3 components together. So we have our chocolate, and we're going to add both of these things, both of the other components, and we want to just fold them in. That's really important because you want a nice light consistency. So we're going to get rid of our whisk here because we don't want to beat it anymore. We want to just fold it in. So a spatula is the best choice for this next part. So you're going to take your egg whites and we're going to fold those in first. Okay, and those are those nice fluffy egg whites that you beat earlier. Now, you're probably wondering about this whole egg thing because they weren't cooked all the way. Actually, I'm going to put both the egg white and the whipped cream in. Again, we're using half the whipped cream because the other part is going to go on top of our beautiful mousse. So that's about half of the whipped cream. We'll save the other for the top. But I was mentioning the uncooked eggs, and they are uncooked, so you know a lot of people get squeamish about it. We use pasteurized eggs. You know, we're not afraid. So if you use pasteurized eggs, there's just really very little chance of salmonella. So you know, if you do have egg allergies, of course you're gonna not want to do this, but you can tell I'm just kind of folding this in very smoothly. You really don't want to beat it in. You just want to nicely incorporate all of this. And then once it all looks like it's kind of a very nice consistency and nice consistent color, you know you have it all incorporated. So we still see some streaks of chocolate there. Want to get those incorporated, but we're really close now. So let's get the edges. And then I have some nice little brandy glasses that we're going to put the mousse in. You can use a wine glass. You can use, you know, a pretty old-fashioned looking glass dish, whatever you have on hand. Okay, so that is perfect. Now we're going to show you how it looks in our glasses. You're going to have to chill this. So have to be a little careful here because we've got kind of a smaller rim there to our glass, but I like the way it looks in a brandy glass. And this dessert, once it sets up, is just so beautiful. And it's just, you can just tell how light it is Okay, so we're gonna end up with about that much, a little more. And then we'll put our whipped cream on and put them in the fridge to set up. So get a little bit of that beautiful whipped cream on top. We'll put those in the refrigerator and we'll show you what they look like when they're all set, and we'll even show you what it tastes like, if you can show somebody what it tastes like. So stick around, we'll show you.